Morning broke on a tired old farm, with dust on the gate and a sky full of harm. But somewhere beyond what the eye could see, grace was moving through the wheat. Annie Mae was barely 23, with her daddy's land and her mama's dream. The banknote waited by the kitchen door, and rain hadn't fallen in a month or more. She walked the rows in her worn-out shoes, counting every acre she could lose. The scarecrow leaned like an old church cross, watching over everything she'd almost lost. She never asked for silver or gold, just enough mercy for the siege to hold. And when the wind blew hard across the plain, she whispered Jesus' name like rain. When the wheat fields prayed, they bowed beneath the sun. Every golden head was reaching for the Holy One. When the night grew long and hope began to fade, heaven bent down low when the wheat fields prayed. Brother Joe came home from the war, quiet as the hinges on the old screen door. He carried shadows no one else could see, and sat for hours beneath the cedar tree. And he left supper by his bedroom light, prayed through the floorboards late at night. She knew some wounds don't show their scars, but God still counts the broken hearts. One evening Joe stood by the field, hands shaking on the wagon wheel. He said, I don't know if I can stay. She said, then let us kneel and pray. When the wheat fields prayed, they bowed beneath the sun. Every golden head was reaching for the Holy One. When the night grew long and hope began to fade, heaven bent down low when the wheat fields prayed. Clouds rolled in on a Sunday noon, like mercy wearing shades of blue. The first drop hit the window pane, and Annie laughed through thankful pain. Joe stepped out in the pouring rain, let it wash across his face. For the first time since he made it home, he didn't feel so all alone. The church bell rang, though no one pulled the rope, or maybe it was just the sound of hope. But all across that thirsty land, faith rose up like an open hand. Some prayers sound like thunder, some sound like tears, some take root in silence through the hardest years. Some are spoken softly where nobody knows, but the Father hears the field before the harvest grows. So let the valley tremble, let the dry wind blow. There is living this day. In the stillness I can see you have always been with me. I am safe in your arms tonight, resting in your perfect light. Every worry, every fear fades away when you are near. I will lay my burdens down at your feet on holy ground, and I know it will be right. I am safe in you tonight. I don't need to understand every moment in your plan. All I need is just to be held within your melody. I am safe in your arms tonight, resting in your perfect light. Every worry, every fear fades away when you are near. I will lay my burdens down at your feet on holy ground, and I know it will be right. I am safe in you tonight. Through the dark, you are my peace. In your love, I find release. Every breath, every sigh, you are with me through the night. I am safe in your arms tonight, resting in your perfect light. Every worry, every fear fades away when you are near. I will lay my burdens down at your feet on holy ground, and I know it will be right. I am safe in you tonight.
The letter we never sent still lives inside a drawer, with the words we almost whispered and the love we both ignored. There were roses on the table, there was sunlight on the stairs, there were dreams between the silence and 1,000 quiet prayers. We were young and scared of losing what we didn't understand, so we held our hearts in silence like two letters in our hands. The letter we never sent still finds me now and then, like an old song in the evening, calling me back of the love we never spent. You wrote about the summer and the bridge beside the stream. I wrote about forever, like a boy inside a dream. But the seasons kept on turning, and the road began to bend, and the words we held so closely never found their way to send. Now the years have made me older, and the truth is soft and clear. Some goodbyes are never spoken, but they echo through the years. The letter we never sent still finds me now and then, like an old song in the evening, calling me back again. The letter we never sent still knows what we meant. Every line became a memory of the love we never spent. If time would give us one more chance beneath that golden sky, I would read my heart out slowly and never say goodbye. But love is not a failure when it teaches hearts to mend. It lives inside the old songs and the letter we never sent. So I keep that letter folded where the golden memories went, and I still hear your name inside the letter we never sent. The old Sunday bell still rings inside my mind, from the little country chapel where the morning used to shine. Mama wore her gentle smile, Daddy held the door, and the whole world felt much kinder than it ever had before. Time may fade the steeple, and the fields may change their view, but every bell on Sunday still brings me back to you. The old Sunday bell still calls my heart to pray, like a song from golden mornings that the years can't take away. The old Sunday bell still echoes through my soul, and every time I hear it ring, I feel my spirit whole. There were hymnals on the benches, there were flowers by the door, there were children chasing sunlight across the wooden floor. Grandma sang the higher harmony with a tear upon her face, and I learned that love was holy in that little house of grace. Now the chapel stands much quieter, and the old road bends away, but when the music finds me, I am young again today. The old Sunday bell still calls my heart to pray, like a song from golden mornings that the years can't take away. The old Sunday bell still echoes through my soul, and every time I hear it ring, I feel my spirit whole. Let the bell ring low, ooh, where the old winds blow. Ooh, every melody brings that old faith back to me. Heaven has a doorway where the faithful voices rise. I know the ones who love me are singing past the skies, and every prayer they gave me, every hand that helped me stand, still rings inside that Sunday bell like a blessing in God's hand. The old Sunday bell still calls my heart to pray, like a song from golden mornings that the years can't take away. The old Sunday bell still echoes through my soul, and every time I hear it ring, I feel my spirit whole. The old Sunday bell still reminds me where I'm from, where every heart was held by grace and every soul was one. Ooh, let the bell ring low, ooh, where the old winds blow. Ooh, every melody brings that old faith back to me. So when the morning opens and the old songs start to swell, I find my way back home again through the old Sunday bell.
Maple Road where the red clay runs, past the bean fields reaching for the sun. There's a little glass jar on a kitchen shelf, holding more than seed and dust itself. Mabel Joy lived by the county bend, where the fence line broke and the pines began. She kept old seeds in a mason jar, labeled by season, field, and farm. There were collards from a neighbor's hand, corn from her daddy's bottomland, beans from the summer the rain came late, sunflowers saved from a funeral gate. She'd tell the children on the porch each spring, don't judge a seed by how small it seems. The Lord can hide a forest wide in something your fingers barely find. She never had much but a patch of ground, a Bible worn where the pages brown, and every time the hard years showed, she planted faith beside Maple Road. There was hope in the seed jar, grace in the ground, mercy in the waiting when no rain came down. Every little promise the world called too small was resting in the hands of the Lord over all. When the fields looked empty and the cold wind blowed, heaven was still working on Maple Road. One April night, the sky turned green, clouds rolled low like a troubled dream. The radio warned, the porch bell swung, and the old church siren began to hum. Wind tore through with a freight train cry, lifted tin roofs toward the sky, broke the barn and split the pine, scattered years in a matter of time. By morning light the town stood still, windows gone from the chapel hill, fields laid flat beneath the rain, and Mabel's house was a splintered frame. She found that jar near the cellar door, cracked on the side but holding more, and with trembling hands she whispered low, Lord, help us plant what's left to sow. There was hope in the seed jar, grace in the ground, mercy in the waiting when no rain came down. Every little promise the world called too small was resting in the hands of the Lord over all. When the fields looked empty and the cold wind blowed, heaven was still working on Maple Road. Neighbors came with boards and nails, coffee cans and weathered pails. Nobody asked who had lost the most, they just worked like family coast to coast. Mabel opened that mason jar, set it down on the hood of a car, said take a seat and choose a road, let something live and tell what God can grow. Little girls pressed beans and clay, grandmas knelt down soft to pray, hands that shook from grief and strain started finding strength again. And by sundown on that broken land, there were garden rows from hand to hand. No one knew if the crop would rise, but faith looked brighter in everybody's eyes. Sometimes the blessing starts buried deep underneath what we couldn't keep. Sometimes the Lord will let love grow where the storm left nothing but sorrow. A seed don't say when it first goes down, it waits in silence beneath the ground. But the Father sees what we cannot see, roots of mercy moving secretly. I said, Lord, I'm feeling weak. I don't have the strength I need. Every step feels hard to take. Am I lost beyond your grace? I said, Lord, I'm full of fear. I don't feel you anywhere. Have you turned your face from me, or is this where I must be? I am here, I've always been. Through your loss and through your sin, you are held within my hand, even when you cannot stand. I am near, don't be afraid. I have never walked away. Every tear I have seen, you are more than you believe.
day we drove through Tennessee, the morning sky was white, with the mountains in the distance and your hand close to mine. There were old songs on the radio, there was coffee in a cup, and every mile of open road felt like it was lifting us. We had dreams beyond the windshield, we had faith beyond the rain, and every golden highway seemed to softly say your name. Take me back to Tennessee, where the warm winds used to be, where the old songs fill the dashboard, and your love was next to me. Take me back to Tennessee, where the golden memories shine. Every road we drove together still leads your heart to mine. There were churches by the roadside, there were fields of summer green, there were little towns at sunset, like a picture from a dream. You were laughing at my stories, I was singing out of key, and I never felt more lucky than that day in Tennessee. Now the years have crossed the mountains, and the map has turned to gray, but every time the music plays, I'm back there on that day. Take me back to Tennessee, where the warm winds used to be, where the old songs fill the dashboard, and your love was next to me. Take me back to Tennessee, where the golden memories shine. Every road we drove together still leads your heart to mine. Ooh, Tennessee, ooh, you still calling me. Ooh, every melody brings your love back home to me. If time would give one highway and one sunset painted blue, I would drive it all more slowly just to spend more time with you. For love is like a country road, it bends but never ends. It carries every prayer we made and brings us home again. Take me back to Tennessee, where the warm winds used to be, where the old songs fill the dashboard, and your love was next to me. Take me back to Tennessee, where the golden memories shine. Every road we drove together I'll meet you on that golden road, the day through Tennessee.
Where the gravel road meets the barley field, and the sunrise lays gold on a wagon wheel, there's a blue tin box by a cedar post, holding prayers from the ones who need them most. Nellie Ray lived past the county bend, where the fence line leaned and the pine rose end, with a porch full of flowers and coffee cans, and a Bible worn soft by her weathered hands. Her husband had gone in a winter storm, but his old work coat still kept her warm. And every morning when the rooster cried, she'd walk to the mailbox with hope inside. Folks used to laugh at the painted blue, said ain't no mailman coming through. But Nellie smiled and shook her head. It ain't for bills or news, she said. It's for the names too heavy to say, for the tears that fall when we try to pray. Leave your sorrow folded small and trust the Lord can read it all. There was mercy in the mailbox on Redemption Road, where the weary left burdens they could no longer hold. No stamp, no address, no perfect words to show, just paper prayers where the wild flowers grow. When the rain came down, when the cold wind blowed, heaven kept listening on Redemption Road. First came a farmer at the edge of spring, with dust on his boots and a wedding ring. He wrote one line on a feed store receipt: Lord, help me stand when I feel too weak. And King came the teacher from the chapel side, with tired eyes she tried to hide. She slipped in a note at the close of day for every child who has lost their way. A little boy brought a folded page, crayon and blue with a shaky name, for Mama's cough and Daddy's job, and for my dog who ran from home. Nellie never opened a single plea, just laid both hands on that cedar tree and prayed till evening turned the fields to flame, calling every soul by grace, not shame. She said, Lord, you know what ink can tell, every silent ache, every hidden well, and what we place beyond our control is never lost from your loving hold. There was mercy in the mailbox on Redemption Road, where the weary left burdens they could no longer hold. No stamp, no address, no perfect words to show, just paper prayers where the wild flowers grow. When the rain came down, when the cold wind blowed, heaven kept listening on Redemption Road. One August night with the heat laid low, a storm rolled in where the soybeans grow. Lightning flashed on the pasture gate, and Nellie heard footsteps after 8. A young woman stood in the pouring rain, with city dust and her face full of pain. She held a letter against her chest, like one last piece of a long unrest. Nellie knew those green eyes well, the same ones she'd missed since the last church bell. Her daughter Claire, who had run away after bitter words on a summer day. Neither spoke while the thunder cried, old hurt standing on either side, till Claire reached out with trembling hands and said, "Mama, I don't know where I am." Sometimes forgiveness waits by the road in a blue tin box with a cedar post. Sometimes a mother's 10-year prayer is answered barefoot in the rain-washed air. Sometimes the Lord don't hurry the mile. Sometimes He walks with the wandering child, through neon lights, through empty rooms, through broken pride and borrowed shoes. And when love finally finds its way, it may not know what words to say, but grace can read the tear-stained part that never made it past the heart. Set warm bread on a chipped white plate, and let silence do what words couldn't make. Claire said, "I wrote 1,000 times, but shame kept stealing every line. So I brought this letter back to you. I didn't know what else to do." Nellie held it but never read, just kissed the rain from her daughter's head. Said, "Child, the Father brought you here, and love don't need a perfect prayer." By morning light the storm had passed, the sun touched diamonds on the grass, and Claire walked down that gravel road with her mama's hand in her own. There was mercy in the mailbox on Redemption Road, where the weary left burdens they could no longer hold. No stamp, no address, no perfect words to show, just paper prayers where the wildflowers grow. Now every Sunday when the church bells ring, Claire leads the children where the sparrows sing. They place their prayers in that blue tin home, and learn that no heart has to ache alone. There were times I walked away, turned my heart the other way. Still your love was reaching out, even in my deepest doubt. I was lost, but you were near, through the silence, through the fear. Even when I couldn't see, you were holding on to me. Love that never fades away, even when I go astray, through the dark and through the pain. Still your love will always stay. Love that never lets me go, more than I could ever know. In your arms I'm always safe, in a love that never fades.
The old shoes by the door still rest beside the frame, like they're waiting for the footsteps of the ones who never came. There was mud upon the leather from the fields behind the house, and I still can hear the laughter when the evening settled down. Time may change the hallway and the floor may lose its shine, but love still leaves a footprint on this heart of mine. The old shoes by the door still bring the old days near, like a song beside the window, like a voice I used to hear. The old shoes by the door still walk through memory. Every step becomes a prayer that leads my heart back home to me. Daddy wore them every morning when the sunlight touched the land. Mama wiped the dust off gently with her patient, loving hands. There were suppers after hard days, there were prayers before we slept, there were promises in silence that our faithful hearts still kept. Now the fields are standing quiet and the barn is wearing gray, but when the old songs find me, I can hear those footsteps play. The old shoes by the door still bring the old days near, like a song beside the window, like a voice I used to hear. The old shoes by the door still walk through memory. Every step becomes a prayer that leads my heart back home to me. Ooh, the steps remain, ooh, through joy and pain. Ooh, every melody brings my old home back to me. If I could hear one morning those shoes across the floor, I would run into the hallway like I did in days before. For love is in the walking through the ordinary days, in every road they traveled and every prayer they raised. Shoes by the door still bring the old days near, like a song beside the window, like a voice I used to hear. The old shoes by the door still walk through memory. Every step becomes a prayer that leads my heart back home to me. The old shoes by the door by the hands that worked in silence and the hearts that gave their best. Ooh, the steps remain, ooh, through joy and pain. Ooh, every melody that brings my old home back to me. So when the evening settles and the old song softly pour, I remember every journey in the old shoes by the door.
There's a well beside Mercy Lane, where the dust road bends through the grain, and every bucket drawn from below carries stories only heaven knows. And a pearl lived by the county line, with a weathered fence and a grapevine. She raised 4 children on biscuits and prayer, and taught them God was always there. Her oldest girl, Mary Lou, had a restless heart and a sky-wide view. She'd sit by the well when the chores were done, dreaming of streets beyond the setting sun. And I never held her too tight. She only prayed by the kitchen light. Lord, when the road takes her far from me, be the water that her soul will need. At the well beside Mercy Lane, love ran deeper than sorrow or shame. Through the dry years, through the pain, through every heart that called his name. When hope felt empty and strength began to drain, the Lord still drew living water from the well beside Mercy Lane. Mary Lou left on a Monday dawn with a canvas bag and her good shoes on. She kissed her mama by the porch screen door, then turned away and cried no more. The city lights were bright but cold. They offered silver and took her gold. She learned that fame can fade by noon, and lonely rooms can steal a tune. But every time her heart ran dry, she closed her eyes and hear the night, the rope wheel turning soft and slow, and Hannah singing, Jesus knows. At the well beside Mercy Lane, love ran deeper than sorrow or shame. Through the dry years, through the pain, through every heart that called his name. When hope felt empty and strength began to drain, the Lord still drew living water from the well beside Mercy Lane. One winter came with bitter rain. Mary lost her job and missed the train. No money left, no place to stay, just a folded note she used to pray. She read the words her mama wrote, tucked in her Bible beneath her coat. Child, no road is too far gone, the Father's mercy still runs on. So she took the highway through the night, past shuttered barns and county lights, and when the morning sun broke through, Mercy Lane came into view. Some wells are dug in rocky ground, some prayers wait years without a sound. Some daughters leave, some mothers cry, but grace keeps flowing deep inside. And every soul that thirsts for peace, every heart brought to its knees, can find the Savior waiting there, with open hands and living care. well beside Mercy Lane. At the well beside Mercy Lane, Mary Lou came home again, dropped her suitcase in the rain, and felt forgiveness break the chain. And the God who sees every tear we cannot explain still draws living water from the well beside Mercy Lane. By the old fence, through the rain, Grace was waiting on Mercy Lane. The Lord still draws living water from the well beside Mercy Lane. Behind the barn where the tall grass grew, morning laid silver on the dew, and every nail in that old pine frame seemed to whisper somebody's name. Hannah Mae came home in the middle of June with a suitcase small and a heart out of tune. The city had worn her hope down thin, so she took the gravel road back again. Her daddy's farm had seen better days. The corn stood low in a thirsty haze. The porch swing creaked like it used to do, but the house felt quiet without the truth. She walked through rooms full of dust and light, touched the quilts folded clean and white, then heard the rain that never came rattle like memory against the pane. She said, Lord, I don't know what you're asking me to say. This ground is tired and I'm not feeling brave, but somewhere deep beneath that broken prayer, a little bit of mercy was waiting there. There was a letter in the barn wall, written in a fading hand, tucked behind a cedar board where the shadows used to stand. It said, plant your kindness in the dust, leave the harvest to the Lord. Grace can grow from nothing much when love is what you're working toward. And Hannah Mae cried with her knees on the straw when she found heaven's whisper in a letter in the barn wall. The letter smelled like cedar rain, like Sunday coats and window pane. Her mama's words from years ago, before the sickness took her slow. It told of a summer dry and mean, when fields turned brown where they once were green. How neighbors came with empty hands, all standing on the same worn land. Her mama wrote we had no bread, but I remembered what Jesus said. What we give in the leanest days comes back wrapped in 1,000 ways. So Hannah Mae held that paper tight, walked outside in the evening light, and saw the field beyond the lane, not as lost but as room for grace. She didn't have much but a rusted plow, a little faith and a sacred vow. She whispered, Lord, if you'll lead me through, I'll make this ground belong to you. There was a letter in the barn wall, written in a fading hand, tucked behind a cedar board where the shadows used to stand. It said, plant your kindness in the dust, leave the harvest to the Lord. Grace can grow from nothing much when love By July she had opened up the gate, put a hand-painted sign by the county road's edge. Take what you need, leave what you can. There's room at the table for every hand. Old Mrs. Keller brought jars of beans. Little Ruth brought sunflower seeds. The preacher came with a borrowed hoe, and children laughed in the garden rows. Some brought sorrow they couldn't name, some brought silence, some brought shame. But under the blue of that country sky, they found new reasons to lift their eyes. And when the first tomatoes turned red, they filled a basket by the church steps. No one asked to deserve the food, they just passed mercy like good folks do. Sometimes the Lord does not move the mountain, sometimes He teaches hands to climb. Sometimes the rain is slow in coming, but grace still arrives on time. In every field that looks forsaken, in every dream that seems withdrawn, there's a seed beneath the breaking, waiting for the dawn. Used to stand, it said, plant your kindness in the dust, leave the harvest to the Lord. Grace can grow from nothing much when love is what you're working toward. Now there's a table by the cornfield, there's a lantern in the hall, there's a town that learned forgiveness from a letter in the barn wall. An anime sings when the evening shadows fall. God can raise a field of mercy from a letter in the barn wall. The rain came soft on a Sunday night, washing the roof in silver light, and every row in that old red clay lifted its leaves like hands to pray. Plant your kindness in the dust, leave the harvest to the Lord. There was a letter in the barn wall. There was a letter in the barn wall. Used to walk a lonely road, carrying a heavy load, trying hard to be enough, but never feeling strong enough. Every night I questioned why every dream just passed me by. I was searching for a light somewhere in the endless night. Then I heard a voice so clear, calling me to leave my fear. This is my story now, I'm not who I was before. Every chain that held me down doesn't hold me anymore. This is my story now, grace has changed my every step. I was lost but now I'm found, and I won't forget. see a different view. Everything has been made new. All the roads that led me here, all the doubts, all the fears, were the steps I had to take to become who I am today. Every moment led me here. Now I stand without my fear. This is my story now. I'm not who I was before. Every chain that held me down doesn't hold me anymore. This is my story now. Grace has changed my every step. I was lost, but now I'm found, and I won't forget. Not by strength and not by might, but by love that gave me life. Every scar, every fall led me to the truth of it all. This is my story now. I'm not who I was before. Every chain that held me down doesn't hold me anymore. This is my story now. Grace has changed my every step. I was lost, but now I'm found, and I won't forget. This is my story.
The old clock on the wall still ticks inside my mind, counting all the golden moments that we left somewhere behind. There was supper on the table, there was rain upon the glass, there were voices in the hallway from a world that moved too fast. Time may change the faces and the rooms we used to know, but love still keeps its rhythm where the old memories glow. The old clock on the wall still brings the old days near, like a song beside the window, like a voice I used to hear. The old clock on the wall still counts the years with grace. Every tick becomes a doorway to a warm and gentle place. Mama folded all the laundry, Daddy read the evening news, Grandma hummed a Sunday hymn in her worn-out Sunday shoes. There were prayers before the morning, there were dreams beneath the moon, and I never knew those simple days would leave us all too soon. Now the house is standing quiet and the shadows softly fall, but I still hear our family in that old clock on the wall. The old clock on the wall still brings the old days near, like a song beside the window, like a voice I used to hear. The old clock on the wall still counts the years with grace. Every tick becomes a doorway to a warm and gentle place. Ooh, the time goes by. Ooh, beneath the evening sky. Ooh, every melody I could stop one evening before it slipped away, I would hold the little moments that became my heart today. For love is not forgotten when the years begin to call. It keeps on ticking softly like the old clock on the wall. The old clock on the wall still brings the old days near, like a song beside the window, like a voice I used to hear. The old clock on the wall still counts the years with grace. Every tick becomes a doorway to a warm and gentle place. The old clock on the wall still reminds this heart of mine that love can live forever past the hands of passing time. Ooh, the time goes by. Ooh, beneath the evening sky. Ooh, every melody brings my family back to me. So when the evening settles and the old songs softly call, I listen for the heartbeat of the old clock on the wall.